Welcome back to Every Frame. Today I'm going to explain a 2005 fantasy comedy film called Sky High. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. Will Stronghold, a teenage boy, is first seen in the movie's opening sequence. His parents are the Commander and Jetstream, two of the world's most famous superheroes. Unbeknownst to his parents, he hasn't mysteriously acquired any superhuman abilities over the years like his parents. Layla Williams, who is his best friend, visits him at home. For a very long time, she's been secretly in love with him. They decided to go together to Sky High, their school. It's a high school that only enrolls young people with superpowers. Later, the school bus comes to pick them up. They meet other students on their way. There are three of them: Magenta, Ethan, and Zach. Meanwhile, the bus driver informs them that the bus they are riding will transform into a flying bus in order to take them to Sky High, which is a floating campus in the sky. When they arrive, they are harassed by a group of bullies, including Speed, a senior with super speed, Lash, a senior who can stretch his body, and Penny, another senior who can duplicate herself. Fortunately, they are assigned to Gwen Grayson, a mentor, during their student orientation. Will appears to be taken in by her beauty. Following that, they are led into a room to conduct their initial study, called Power Placement. It is a session to analyze their potential superpowers and determine whether they will be a hero or a sidekick. They must demonstrate their superpower in front of their guide coach Boomer. Will's classmates include Ethan, who melts into a fluid, Zach, who glows in the dark, Magenta, who transforms into a guinea pig, and Layla, who joins the class to protest the school's two-track education system. All of them are assigned to sidekick. Someone keeps staring at Will during break time. Zach informs them that his name is Warren Peace, whose supervillain father was imprisoned by Will's father, the Commander. Will is then given the opportunity to demonstrate his superpowers. Coach Boomer assigns him to sidekick due to his lack of superpowers. Nurse SPX soon teaches him that not everyone gains powers. There are rare cases of people who have both parents with superpowers but do not inherit any, such as Ron Wilson, the bus driver. Will wants to tell his father that he was assigned to sidekick when he gets home, but his father interrupts his conversation. His father invited him to accompany him to the underground bunker. Then his father shows him his secret sanctum, a hidden trophy room. There is a history of his father's heroism, including various collections of enemy weapons. Furthermore, his father is particularly proud of the mysterious weapon known as the pacifier, which he stole from his scientific nemesis known as Royal Pain years ago. Will puts off telling his father about the problems because he knows his father has high hopes for him. Unbeknownst to the two, Royal Pain, who has been presumed dead, is watching them from a hidden camera in one of the other trophies, along with a maniacal sidekick named Stitches. Will and the other sidekicks introduce themselves to his father in his home because he is friends with them. However, he appears unimpressed as he discovers each of their superpowers. As a result, Will takes the risk of telling his father everything. Will's father is immediately disappointed by his son's confession. He tries to explain that he is still proud to be a sidekick. Will is bullied again the next day by Lash and Speed. Lash causes him to fall while carrying his food, causing his food to spill on Warren. Warren becomes enraged as a result and attacks him immediately. Will can only dodge the attacks during the fight, so Warren chooses to attack his friend. Will eventually manifest superpowers, sending Warren flying and spraying him with a fire extinguisher. As a result, they are summoned to the counseling guidance room. Will is chastised by his mother that night, but his father is ecstatic because he has finally manifested his superpowers. When he returns to Sky High, he is transferred to the hero track. He is sad, however, because he must leave his sidekick friends. In his new class, he is paired with Gwen. She is a technopath who manipulates machines with her mind. She appears to have feelings for Will, as she assists him with his homework and offers to be his private tutor. He soon becomes popular at school and is unable to hang out with his sidekick friends. Will and his family have a visitor one night who turns out to be Gwen. Initially, she intends to assist Will with his homework. She eventually has dinner with Will's family, inviting them to the homecoming dance to accept an award for Superhero of the Year, which they do. Gwen invites Will to the homecoming party as they walk back to her house. He gladly accepts the invitation and then becomes her boyfriend. At the same time, Layla meets Warren in a cafe, where it turns out he also works. She then tells Warren that she has had feelings for Will for a long time and that she wants to invite him to the homecoming party later, but she is nervous because she believes Will is already in love with another girl. Will starts spending more time with Gwen and her group the next day, ignoring the sidekicks. Layla, on the other hand, appears to keep approaching Warren in order to make Will envious of her. Gwen tricks Will into throwing a party at his house the night before the dance. He then intends to invite his other friends to the party, but Gwen forbids him because the event is only for Hero. Instead, she asks about a more private room for the two of them. He finally takes her into the secret sanctum. When the two are kissing, Speed takes advantage of the opportunity to steal the pacifier without being caught. Meanwhile, Layla arrives at Will's house with the intention of meeting him. Unfortunately, Gwen lies to her about Will's feelings for her. Knowing this, she immediately leaves the scene and promises not to interfere with Will's life again. Will then discovers that Gwen lied to Layla. As a result, he breaks up with her and refuses to attend the dance, despite the fact that his parents were invited as honored guests. After a while, Will's parents appear and force everyone in the house to leave. Will also informs his parents that he will not be attending the dance party. He also invites Layla to meet him at the cafe to apologize for what has just occurred. Instead, he meets Warren, who reveals that Layla approached him solely to make Will jealous. Later, Will is looking through his father's old yearbook and notices a student who looks like Gwen holding the pacifier, which he later discovers has gone missing. He immediately calls Ron to take him to the dance party, reasoning that the student, Sue Tenney, was Royal Pain and that Gwen is her daughter. Gwen reveals at the dance party that she is Royal Pain herself. During her fight with the commander, she uses the pacifier, which transforms its target into a baby. She also claims to have waited many years to exact her vengeance. Royal Pain eventually takes over the school, with the help of Stitches, Speed, Lash, and Penny. She uses the pacifier to transform Will's parents, faculty, and students into babies and kidnap them. She also intends to establish a supervillain academy and raise her children as supervillains in retaliation for being dismissed as a sidekick in her youth. Fortunately, Warren, Layla, Zach, Ethan, and Magenta escape through the air duct. Will arrives at school with Ron a few moments later and manages to meet with his friends. He then apologizes to Layla before joining forces with the others to save the day. Soon after, Lash, Speed, and Penny discover the sidekick. Warren instructs Will to confront Royal Pain, while he and the others confront the three of them. Warren and Ethan are able to defeat Lash and Speed. Layla, on the other hand, who is enraged by Penny, inevitably shows her strength. She reveals her ability to manipulate plant life, defeating Penny in the fight. The sidekicks show their bravery after Royal Pain sabotages the school's anti-gravity drive, and their abilities come in handy to restart it. When Royal Pain throws Will off the edge of the school grounds, he apparently discovers that he has Jetstream's flight abilities. He uses his new superpower to try to keep the campus from collapsing. Royal Pain and her henchmen are eventually defeated and imprisoned in the detention halls. Apart from that, Will's parents, faculty, and students are all returned to their proper ages. Will's parents also thank the sidekicks and acknowledge that they are the true heroes. Will and Layla finally kiss outside the school, and the film concludes happily. After falling into a vat of toxic waste, Ron Wilson gains superhuman abilities and becomes a superhero. There ends the movie. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.